Welcome back to Florida Friday. Today's topic, 3 years in Florida. Technically, our 3 years was a few months ago, but I didn't make a video then, so I'm making one now. So, if you haven't watched the channel or seen anything about this channel, we moved to Florida 3 years ago. I moved here in May of 2017. She moved a month later. I had to move ahead of time because we still hadn't sold our house in Missouri, and I had to start my job, so I moved here 30 days ahead of time. Recently I saw a YouTube channel that inspired me. They're called Florida with 5, and inspired me and also made me jealous because their channel is just kind of exactly what I wanted my channel to be when I first started this out. But I kind of dropped the ball and kind of geared it toward Florida adventures, like theme parks and all the stuff there is to do around Orlando. However, that takes a lot of money, and so it's hard to do that stuff because a lot of stuff is tourist prices. You can get Florida resident prices, but that stuff's expensive still. So it took, I can't do stuff every day or every weekend. So going back and forth to rule out what I wanted for this channel. But then I saw the Florida with 5, and their whole channel is about moving to Florida, and I would just kick myself because that's exactly what I wanted my channel to be. Their format was just a lot better than what I started. I just really enjoy their channel, just about moving to Florida. It's simple. If you're thinking about moving to Florida, check their channel out. Like I said, all their videos are based about tips and tricks about moving to Florida. But they're a very good channel. I'm not going to start my channel about moving to Florida, but I want to make this video right here about, as well as what are the things that we liked and haven't liked about living in Florida for these 3 years. So I don't want to do a whole video of like tons of pros, tons of cons. I'm just trying to throw out a few cons and a few pros about our experiences of living in Florida. I will start with the cons first because there's always cons to everything you do. There's always pros and cons.
There is to everywhere you live.
Yes.
There was pros and cons to living in Missouri, too.
So, con number 1. Let's say most of our family lived in Missouri.
Our parents did.
Both of our parents, just about 100% of my family lived in Missouri. Most of her family lived in Missouri. For one, most of our family lived in Missouri. So, leaving Missouri and coming to Florida was you miss family. We do have a cousin down here, so we see them from time to time, but we do miss family. So that's a con. Anytime you leave somewhere where you have a lot of family, you're gonna miss them. Because you come to a place that you really have nobody. You're by yourselves. Until you make some friends, you're on your own. Another one con, and this con is depending on where you come from because it's all different. Cost of living. So we came from Missouri, a small town in Missouri, very rural. So our cost of living from living in the Orlando area was not a whole lot more, but it was more. Nothing that it's not doable, but it was the cost of living was higher than where we came from. And if you came from up around northeast area, around New York, your cost of living might be cheaper. Another con, and it's a con for me, not con for her, is the humidity. It is high humidity here. Obviously, it's Florida. We're in a kind of a tropical climate.
I like the tropical climate. I like the humidity. Sometimes it is pretty hot, but I don't like the dry heat. Belle, she does not like the humidity. She says she can never fix her hair.
Yeah.
I don't really care for hair stuff, so it doesn't bother me.
It is the month of July, so it's high humidity season, but like I said, it's not that bad. It's very doable. So another con she mentioned, you're going to mention.
Hurricanes are a con, but I think what's worse than the hurricane sometimes is the grocery shopping during hurricane season. You can't just... it's frustrating. It's just really frustrating. When they mention there's a hurricane anywhere, shelves are pretty spare on everything. It doesn't matter what you go to the store for. You're not going to get everything on your list because there's people who are just buying everything up. I don't know. It's crazy.
We'll do a separate video on hurricanes, more in depth, but we want to put out there that it is a con. It's there. It doesn't happen every year. It doesn't happen all the time. So we've had one hurricane since we've been here, one major one, Irma, right after we got here, 2 days after we moved into this house. But
I also want to say that we do prepare for a hurricane. At least I do with like the groceries and the water, because I just do that all year round and make sure we have plenty of extra of that kind of stuff. I don't wait till hurricane season and then try to do. When I said it's a pain in the neck during hurricane season, it's just regular grocery shopping is a pain in the neck. Restocking your hurricane supplies is too, but I don't wait till hurricane season to get ready for a hurricane and just stay ready all year round, so that, if I do need something like, I don't know, canned goods or something, I don't have to go last minute when the shelves are empty.
Yeah. Alright, and then one more con, and this is just for me, and this is not going to be for everybody. The lack of hiking trails. I love hiking, so that's one thing I found out when I moved here. I asked people around, what's some good hiking trails? They tell me a place. I go to that place and it's mostly a paved walking path at a park. To me, that's not a hiking trail. I want out in the nature, somewhere I can camp out in the woods. That's what I want. And there are some here in Florida, but there's not a lot. Alright, let's on to the positive stuff. The
good
pros.
stuff.
Pros, obviously, pro number one, everybody knows about, is the weather. We have pretty good weather all year round. Minus the humidity right now. Like I said, it's not that bad. It's very doable. Just 3 months. The very good stuff is around after hurricane season is over. End of October, all the way up till April, we get really good weather. You get to do stuff all year round here. Alright, pro number two.
We live close to Mickey Mouse and Harry Potter.
Everybody knows that Orlando is known for the theme parks. And a lot of people hate theme parks, especially when they spend a lot of money to come down here and it's hot. They're trying to pack everything in. It's stressful. I get it. But we live close to them, where we can get annual passes as Florida residents. Go there for a couple hours, and we're not stressed out trying to get stuff in. We can leave, go home, and come back again another day.
It's more relaxing. You can enjoy the theme parks more when you live here. You can, because you don't, like you said, have to fit everything. Sorry, I interrupted you.
No, fine. Our kids, we got kind of burnt out on theme parks. Not us. I really enjoy the theme parks. I like going. I know they can be very expensive. They're very touristy. I just like the theme parks. We like Disney. We like Universal, and like all there is to do there.
And we haven't even done SeaWorld or Busch Gardens or Fun Spot or the water parks. We've only done one water park.
Volcano Bay. So, and not only the theme parks, Orlando is a vacation mecca. It's huge. There's tons of stuff to do here. It is touristy prices, but a lot of places you can get Florida resident prices. So it's not too bad. They're not great discounts, but they're okay. But a very common statement for Florida is, we live where you vacation. A lot of people might see that as a con because there's a lot of tourists, but I see it as a pro because it shows you there's a lot to do here. Another thing, are the beaches. I love going to the beach. There's something about the ocean. If I'm in a bad mood, stressed out, anything like that, we can go to the beach.
It's very calming. I prefer not to get in the water, but I love to be on the beach.
Although I don't have my mountains for good hiking and overlooks, I do have the beach, which is very, very cool. Another thing about vacation is, one of our favorite vacations are cruises.
Cruising.
And living in Orlando, there's 4 cruise ports here in Florida that we can go to take a cruise. We've only done one since we've been here, but it was nice to drive real quick to Jacksonville, get on the cruise ship, and go that morning, and didn't have to take a flight the day before or the day of and worry about the flight. Just drive there. I had to worry about my car making it there, but it was nice.
I still think there's only 2 cons, and the rest is all pros.
If you can't tell, she really likes it.
I like living.
So what about the kids? We didn't mention the kids.
Yeah, I asked them what their pros and cons were, and both of them had similar answers. Their con is they do miss the grandparents, the family in Missouri, and their pros were they liked always having something to do. There's always somewhere to go or something to do. We do a lot of things together, whether on bikes or going to the theme parks or walking to the park or walking around in the neighborhood. We do a lot of stuff together, and I think the kids really like that.
But that's it, everybody. Thanks for watching. If you have any comments or questions, you can drop them down below. It's a real short list, just about 3 years in Florida, and we're going to keep on going. That's it, everybody, and living in Florida is still pretty awesome.